Once upon a time, in a mystical land far beyond the realm of ordinary maps, there was a kingdom known as Everglow. This kingdom was famous for its beauty and serenity, with lush forests, sparkling rivers, and meadows that seemed to be eternally bathed in twilight. The heart of Everglow was a majestic tree called the Twilight Tree, whose branches glowed with a soft, ethereal light as day turned to night. The Twilight Tree was said to possess ancient magic, but its secrets remained hidden to all but the wisest of sages. In the village of Lumine, near the base of the Twilight Tree, lived a curious and kind-hearted girl named Lyra. Lyra had always been fascinated by the tree and its glowing branches. Her grandmother had told her tales of its magic and the promise it held, but the true secret of the Twilight Tree remained a mystery. One evening, as twilight began to envelop the land, Lyra noticed that the light from the Twilight Tree seemed dimmer than usual. Concerned, she decided to investigate. She gathered a small satchel of supplies, including her grandmother's old lantern and a map of the kingdom, and set off towards the Twilight Tree. As she approached, the sky darkened, and the soft glow of the tree grew fainter. The once vibrant colors of the tree's leaves were now muted. Lyra felt a pang of worry but pressed on. As she reached the base of the Twilight Tree, she saw a figure sitting in the shadows, an old man with a long, silver beard and a robe that sparkled like stardust. "Welcome, Lyra," the old man said with a voice as gentle as the night breeze. "I am Aemon, the guardian of the Twilight Tree. You have come at a time of great need." Lyra was startled but quickly composed herself. "What's happened to the Twilight Tree? Why is its light fading?" Aemon sighed. "The Twilight Tree's magic is linked to the balance of our world. Its light fades because the heart of the tree, an ancient crystal hidden deep within its roots, has been stolen. Without it, the tree's power is waning. And our kingdom is in danger." Lyra's heart sank. "How can we restore the crystal and save the tree?" "The crystal is hidden in the Caves of Echoes, a place shrouded in mystery and guarded by trials," Aemon explained. "To retrieve it, you must face 3 challenges that test your courage, wisdom, and heart. Only then can you return the crystal and restore the Twilight Tree's magic." Determined to save the kingdom, Lyra agreed to undertake the quest. Aemon handed her a shimmering compass that would guide her through the trials and advised her to trust her instincts. The first trial led Lyra to the edge of the Whispering Mist, a foggy expanse that seemed to shift and change. The compass directed her to a hidden path, but the mists whispered doubts and fears. Lyra focused on her inner strength and recalled her grandmother's teachings about bravery. By following her heart and trusting the compass, she navigated through the mist and reached the entrance to the Caves of Echoes. Inside the caves, the second trial awaited, a vast chasm with a bridge of shimmering light. The bridge was fragile and would only support those who could prove their wisdom. A voice echoed from the darkness, presenting Lyra with a riddle. "What can fill a room but takes up no space, and can be given away but never taken?" Lyra thought carefully and answered, "Light." The bridge solidified, allowing her to cross safely. At the end of the bridge, Lyra encountered the final trial, the guardian of the crystal, a majestic phoenix with fiery feathers. The phoenix challenged Lyra to demonstrate her heart's true intentions. Lyra spoke of her love for her village, her desire to restore the Twilight Tree's light, and her hope for a brighter future for all. Moved by Lyra's sincerity, the phoenix allowed her to retrieve the ancient crystal. Lyra carefully placed the crystal in a protective pouch and made her way back to the Twilight Tree. Upon returning, Aemon helped her place the crystal back into its rightful place within the tree's roots. The Twilight Tree began to glow with renewed brilliance, its light spreading across the kingdom. The fading colors were restored, and the kingdom of Everglow was once again bathed in its magical twilight. The villagers of Lumine celebrated Lyra's bravery and her role in saving their home. The Twilight Tree's light now shone brighter than ever, and the kingdom prospered under its gentle glow. Lyra returned to her home, knowing that she had fulfilled a great purpose. The Twilight Tree stood as a symbol of hope and balance, its magic forever intertwined with the courage and kindness of a young girl who dared to embark on a quest to save her world. And so, in the kingdom of Everglow, where the twilight was eternal and the magic of the Twilight Tree thrived, Lyra and her people lived happily ever after, guided by the enduring light of their beloved tree. 3 trials set by the gloom shade. The Moonlight Sorceress handed Elara a crystal vial filled with stardust, saying, "This stardust will guide you and protect you from the darkness." With renewed determination, Elara ventured towards the Cavern of Echoes. The journey was treacherous, with winding paths and ominous shadows, but the vial's stardust provided a comforting glow. The first trial was the Trial of Illusions. Elara entered a chamber filled with swirling mist that created deceptive images and voices. To pass, she had to see through the illusions and find the true path. Elara focused on her purpose and followed the light of the stardust, which led her through the mist and out of the chamber. The second trial was the Trial of Echoes. In a vast hall, the echoes of the cavern mimicked her own fears and doubts. Elara had to confront these echoes and stand firm in her resolve. She remembered her village's need for the lantern's light and focused on her love for her home, letting it drown out the echoes of fear. The final trial was the Trial of the Heart. In a dark chamber, the Gloomshade awaited, clutching the moonstone tightly. The Gloomshade challenged Elara to prove that her heart was pure and worthy. Elara spoke honestly of her desire to help her village and her belief in the lantern's magic. The Gloomshade, moved by her sincerity and bravery, relinquished the moonstone. With the moonstone in hand, Elara returned to Lumina. The Moonlight Sorceress appeared once more to bless the lantern. As she placed the moonstone into the lantern's core, its light blazed forth, brighter and warmer than ever before. The village was once again bathed in the lantern's comforting glow, and the night skies of Lumina sparkled with renewed brilliance. The villagers celebrated Elara's bravery and the return of the lantern's light. The tales of her quest and the Moonlight Sorceress's magic became a cherished part of the village's history. Elara's adventure was a reminder that courage, purity of heart, and determination could bring light even to the darkest of places. And so, in the kingdom of Lumina, where the stars danced brightly in the sky and the lantern's light illuminated every corner of the village, Elara's legacy lived on, inspiring future generations to seek out their own adventures and to never lose hope. Once upon a time, in a land where enchanted forests met shimmering lakes, there was a peaceful village named Everglow. Everglow was known for its enchanting beauty and the legend of the Starflower, a magical blossom that was said to bloom only once every century under the light of the full moon. The flower's petals were believed to hold the power to grant one heartfelt wish. The villagers of Everglow cherished the tale of the Starflower, hoping that one day someone would be able to find it and make a wish that would bring great joy to the land. However, despite numerous attempts, no one had ever been successful in finding the elusive bloom. The quest to discover it was said to be a journey of both heart and courage. In this village lived a humble fisherman named Leo. Leo was known for his kindness and willingness to help others. Despite his modest means, he shared whatever he had with those in need and always put others before himself. His greatest joy came from the simple beauty of the natural world around him. And he often spoke of his dream to bring peace and happiness to all of Everglow. One evening, as the full moon rose high in the sky, casting a silver glow across the land, a sudden and mysterious drought struck Everglow. The lakes and rivers dried up, and the once green fields turned to dust. The villagers grew anxious as their crops withered and their lives were disrupted. Elder Maris, the village elder, called for a gathering and revealed that the drought was the result of an ancient enchantment gone awry. The only hope to restore balance was to find the Starflower and make a wish to lift the curse. Feeling a deep sense of responsibility and compassion, Leo volunteered to seek out the Starflower. Armed with a lantern, a map of the old forest, and his unwavering heart, he set out on his quest under the full moon's light. Leo's journey took him through 3 magical trials, each testing his resolve and kindness. The first trial was the trial of the Whispering Forest. The forest was dense and filled with magical creatures that spoke in riddles and illusions. Leo found himself lost among the trees, as whispers tried to lead him astray. Remembering his father's advice to trust his instincts, Leo followed the sound of a soft, soothing melody that led him to a hidden glade. There, a wise old fox named Phelan appeared. Phelan recognized Leo's sincerity and offered him a silver acorn, which would light the way through the next trial. The second trial was the trial of the Mirror Lake. Leo arrived at a lake so clear it mirrored the night sky perfectly. The lake was said to be enchanted, with reflections that could confuse or mislead. Leo used the silver acorn's light to pierce through the reflections and navigate the lake's edge. He encountered a beautiful swan trapped in a net. With gentle care, he freed the swan, who revealed herself to be an enchantress named Selene. Grateful for his kindness, she gifted Leo a vial of moon water, promising it would aid him in the final trial. The final trial was the trial of the moonlit glade. Leo entered a serene glade illuminated by the full moon's silvery light. At the center of the glade stood an ancient stone pedestal covered in glowing moss. On the pedestal lay a large, ornate key. However, the glade was guarded by a fearsome, shadowy beast. Leo knew that the key was crucial to finding the starflower, but he needed to confront the beast. Leo approached the beast with courage but also with empathy. He spoke softly, acknowledging the creature's fear and pain. Through his gentle words and calm presence, he discovered that the beast was under a spell, bound to guard the key out of loneliness and sorrow. With the moon water given by Selene, Leo broke the spell, freeing the beast from its torment. The beast transformed into a noble guardian and presented Leo with the key, revealing the entrance to the hidden chamber where the starflower awaited. Leo used the key to unlock a secret door in the glade. Inside, bathed in the moon's radiant light, was the starflower, a stunning blossom with petals that glowed like 1,000 stars. Leo approached the flower with reverence and made his wish, "I wish for the restoration of our land and the happiness of all the people of Everglow." The starflower's petals shimmered brightly, and its magic spread across the land. The drought was lifted, and the lakes and rivers began to flow once more. The fields turned lush and green, and the villagers rejoiced as their lives returned to normal. The curse was lifted, and Everglow flourished once again. Leo returned to the village as a hero, celebrated for his bravery and kindness. The tale of the starflower and Leo's selfless wish was passed down through generations, becoming a beloved story of hope, courage, and the power of a pure heart. And so, in the land of Everglow, where the lakes shimmered under the moonlight and the fields blossomed with life, the legend of the starflower lived on, a reminder that even the smallest act of kindness can bring about great change. The end.